Hey, it's Mac, and the last couple of days and the research I've been doing really sort of helped me articulate what the issue is here. And the biggest issue is that Britney has a credibility problem. Because of the propaganda that she has had pushed against her since Justin Timberlake, dumped her. Um, since Justin Timberlake, and maybe even before that with the MTV stuff and the other celebrities like hating on her, the source of Britney's problem has always been that she had nobody to advocate for her. She had nobody correcting false narratives on her behalf. And I think that was readily apparent to all the predators that she attracted. Like she has attracted an abnormally large amount of predators. And I think that that's because that's all she knows. Like her parents are predatory in their behavior. They're not good people. They should probably both have mental health evaluations. They should also probably be, tested for substance abuse. That's my opinion. That's my belief. So, all of that being said, she's just been hung out to dry. And because there has never been a counter to any of the false stories, people have accepted them as truth for a very, very long time. And there was a brief moment where we got to see Rosengard advocate for her and stand up for her and call out the lies. I think that Kate Hudson, I cannot prove this, but I think Kate Hudson told him that Britney didn't want anybody speaking for her. And that put an end to Rosengard advocating for her. I don't think it came from Britney. I literally think that Kate Hudson came up with 2 talking points on his own. I think that he told people not to advocate for Britney because she wanted to stand up for herself. I think that because somebody who wrote an article about Jamie Spears and his troubled background said that Britney had vehemently told people not to stand up for her and not speak for her. I don't believe that that's true. I believe that that is a line that he uses to make sure that the false narratives around her never get corrected. And he's the only person who can truly explain why he continues a strategy that Larry Rudolph started. It's abuse. So, and the other thing I believe is that he told people that the reason why Britney's Instagram looks the way that it does and why she doesn't show much of her life other than like these dancing clips and like periodically her ass, in a bikini on a boat and that sort of thing. I think that the explanation he gave for that was she doesn't want to show her happiness. Like she doesn't want to share her happiness. She wants to keep it private. So I think he has said it's her art, it's her therapy, and she doesn't want to share her happiness. So it's always been very limited exposure to like what else is going on in her life. And as a result, people think that she's trapped in that house, right? And I think that he has said that because that's what the People editor who arranged for the photo shoot and the promo for her memoir said. And I don't think she pulled that out of her ass. And I don't think she got that from Britney. I don't think anyone gets to talk to Britney, especially like the media and other celebrities, unless they go through him. So I don't even know if her family can't even talk to her unless they go through him. So why he has inserted himself into this person's life and put himself in such an extreme position of power, which has to be traumatizing. On some level, the way that he is gatekeeping and controlling the narrative has got to be traumatic for Britney, because it's no different than Jamie, Lou, and Robin and Edon teaming up against her. They never worked on her behalf. They only smeared her, right? Based on everything that came out during those years, based on what they still say about her today. They did such an effective job that some TMZ journalists had the audacity to ask Lou Taylor and Robin Greenhill if they were going to help Britney. She has a credibility problem Britney Spears has a credibility problem. And it's because she has never, ever had a public relations team that counters the narrative that she's a mentally ill addict. And what's pathetic about this situation is how much Kevin Federline tells on himself, right? So here's just another example from Vanity Fair. Not long after, in early November, Spears filed for divorce, saying that she was advised to do so to avoid humiliation. Federline claims he was blindsided, and that Spears had showed up to his release party unexpectedly and started doing cocaine, taking offense that he asked her not to breastfeed their children that night. That is what ended us, he writes, of what he repeatedly refers to as the breastfeeding thing. I believe that the only thing that's true in this paragraph is that Britney came to his release party. I think he literally invented a story to try to make himself appear to be the hero, to be the good father, to be the suffering husband. Now let's go back in time. Let's just go back. This is what TMZ wrote in November 2006, right? TMZ has learned Kevin Federline was speaking to his lawyer about divorcing Britney Spears more than a month before she filed legal papers to end their marriage. Does that sound like Kevin was blindsided? Sources say Federline was communicating with attorney Mark Vincent Kaplan, talking about divorcing Spears and angling to cash in on her fortune. Federline's right to money is extremely limited because of the prenup. TMZ knows the terms of the prenup, and they are not good news for K-Fed. We're told the only thing he'll get is less than 20% of the value of the couple's Malibu estate, valued at approximately $10 million, and spousal support for 1 year. We're told the support he'll get is less than $250,000. So, I mean, again, everything this dude says is a lie. He was clearly not blindsided. And what's really pathetic about this is that this is still publicly available information. It's not like it's been scrubbed from the internet. It's not like you can't just go and line by line disprove the stuff that he wrote in this book. So, I mean, the article points out all these contradictions. It's very, it's just so in your face. And there was no effort on Cade's part or Jeff Raymond's part, anyone's part who's getting paid to do anything about this smear campaign. So Vanity Fair writes, again and again, Federline tells us how his first priority was being physically with his children, then again and again describes not doing that. He spent weeks on the road promoting his debut rap album, ultimately a flop, blah, blah, blah. So he says that, he wants to be with them, but then he talks about leaving them. So here's the thing. Here's what he wrote about her and leaving the kids. I remember hearing stories about her going out. He didn't see it, but he heard about it. And that's what he does in the custody evaluation. He doesn't witness any of these accusations that he made at Britney, but he heard about it. I remember hearing stories about her going out, partying until 5 in the morning, leaving the kids with nannies she barely knew. That killed me. Really? Really? Because you also wrote that you were leaving them all the time. That you would take off because I'd head to Vegas for a couple of nights or go to stay with the boys just to breathe. It wasn't like I was gone for weeks, but it was enough. What TMZ wrote in 2006 is literally verifying what Britney wrote in her book. She said she was advised to file for divorce because she heard that Kevin was about to file for divorce. And yet she's the one with the credibility problem. I mean, I think that earlier caption has been taken down about the filtering and stuff. I think maybe, just maybe, we might be breaking through. The advocates for Britney might actually be breaking through. And I think that these videos are important because, again, we're highlighting all the times that she's told the truth and other people have lied. So, this is a short video. I'm exhausted. Are you guys exhausted? I'm just exhausted. It's just an exhausting time to be alive. And I guess I feel like as long as we're advocating for the truth of the situation and coming up with facts, then maybe we're, fighting for good in a world that seems like overrun by evil at this point. I send you all truth, love, and light. Sincerely, Mac.